Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good afternoon, dear students. Okay, so as scheduled, as planned, today we're going to discuss on exercise 1.5, the polar coordinates. Okay, I hope everyone have did the exercise and have checked with the answer uploaded in Kalam. Okay, so if you have any questions, you may ask. I will go through the questions one by one because we only have 11 questions here. Okay, so in the meantime, if I did the questions fast, okay, very fast, you may stop me at any time. You boleh tanya terus lah kalau rasa saya buat terlalu laju. Okay, let's look into the question number 1. Okay, in the please don't forget to write down your name and your student ID in the chat box, okay, to be recorded as your attendance today as usual. Okay, exercise 1.5, number 1. Sketch the point and find the rectangular coordinates of the point whose polar coordinates are given. Okay, so basically the questions number 1 give us a polar coordinate and wants us to change the polar coordinate to rectangular coordinates. So polar is in r theta, meanwhile rectangular is in xy. Okay, so you have the formulas. So just use the formula to change in between polar rectangular or vice versa. Okay, all these 4 formulas. Okay, let's say question 1a, 4 pi over 3. So how do you sketch 4 pi over 3? So this is your r, this is your theta. So sketching polar coordinates, you have to look into the theta first, okay, because the theta we regard as the angle, meanwhile the r is only the length, okay. So length ni boleh letak mana-mana sajalah. However, the theta must be precise. Okay, so pi over 3 is in the first quadrant kan. Let's say somewhere here, pi over 3. So this point means this length is 4, r equals to 4. So this point is 4 pi over 3. Okay, to change the point from r theta to xy means you have to find the x first. Okay, you just use your calculator to calculate, and don't forget the pi must always be in radian. So you have 2 square root 3. Often students ask the question, can the 2 times square root 3 be written in decimal points? So boleh juga ataupun dia akan jadi 3.4641. Okay, you can write it in decimal points. So the same goes for 1b and 1c. Okay, so make sure the x is r cos theta and the y is r sin theta. So I think there will be no problems in finding b and c. Let's look into question number 2. In each part, a point is given in rectangular coordinates. Okay, so now the questions gave in rectangular coordinates and asks us to find in polar. However, there are 2 conditions. The first one is r greater than 0 with theta from 0 to 2 pi. Okay, means this is theta equals to 0, and then again this is theta equals to 2 pi. So the first condition is actually the counterclockwise from 0 until 2 pi. And then the second condition is actually the clockwise direction from here. So theta from negative 2 pi until 0. So this is the counterclockwise. And then this is the clockwise. Okay. Okay, let's see A. Negative 5, 0. So it means this is our x, this is our y, and we want to find r and theta. So r is equals to x squared plus y squared square root. And then the theta is equals to arctangent y over x. Okay, and then again you use your calculator to calculate, then you will get equals to 0. Okay, this is, however, it's not your theta, it is your alpha only. Okay, what is your theta? Okay, to find the theta, you must always sketch back your point. Your point is negative 5, 0. The x is negative 5, so it means it's here. While the calculator gives you the angle by alpha equals to 0, it is here. So how do you find this angle actually? So this is theta equals to pi plus alpha, which is pi plus 0, then you have pi. Or basically, you tengok pun you tahu it is actually a pi lah rather than 0. So your point is actually 5 pi, not 5, 0. Okay? Because the point is on the theta equals to pi here. How about the clockwise direction? If it's in clockwise direction, then it is negative pi. Or it is 5 negative pi. So you have two answer there. The one in clockwise direction, the other one is in the counterclockwise direction. The same goes to B, 2B. Let's see, 0, negative 2. Okay, if I plot the point, this is y, this is x. Your x is 0, your y is negative 2, so your point is on the y-axis negative, here. And then here, we know that the theta is equal to 3 pi over 2. Okay, 3 pi over 2. You don't have to calculate. Why? Because if you find through calculation, through your calculator, you will get negative 2 over 0. This is what we call undefined. Okay, so you tak dapat pun nak cari guna calculator. So you sketch. When you sketch, you can see that your theta is 3 pi over 2. Actually, there are two conditions in which the tangent becomes undefined. It is on the y-axis. Okay, dia bila berada pada y-axis ini, awak punya theta akan jadi, awak punya tangent tu dia akan jadi undefined. Sebab yang ini adalah theta equals to pi over 2, this one is theta equals to 3 pi over 2. Okay, sebab pada kedudukan y-axis ini, x adalah kosong, y equals to 0. So y equals to 0 ni yang tak boleh. This one will be negative y equals to 0, also undefined. Faham ya? Okay, now we already know our theta. What is our r? So r is 0 squared plus negative 2 squared. Square root will be 2. So we have 2 and 3 pi over 2. Okay, that one is the counterclockwise direction. How about the clockwise direction? So clockwise direction, this one will be negative pi over 2. 2 negative pi over 2. Okay, then you have 2 points. You have two presentation of the same point. Okay, the one is counterclockwise, the angle counterclockwise. The other one is when the angle calculate in clockwise direction. The same goes with C. You may try 2C. Okay, let's see question number 3. Sketch the curve in polar coordinates. Okay, so sketching In polar coordinates, you have to remember the same as in three-dimensional coordinate system. Okay. However, in polar coordinates, the curve comprises of circle, limacon or cardioid, and Ross curve. So you have to remember the function of each curve. Okay. For example, 3a. So you ada sine sahaja kan, and then sine theta. So when you have sine theta, it is a circle on the y-axis. Okay, you have to remember one thing. Whenever you talk about cos for curve, it is associated with x-axis. And then whenever you talk about sine, for your curve, it will be associated with y-axis. Okay, so for example, r equals to 6 sine theta. So it's a circle on y positive. Okay, circle on the y positive. And then the B is a cardioid. Cardioid and limacon depends on the value of A over B. A over B. Kan? Kalau A over B is equals to 1, then you have a cardioid. Other than that, you will have a limacon. Okay. So your B is cardioid, your C is limacon, and then D. Okay. D is R equals to 9 sine 4 theta. It is not a circle, okay, because you see you only have sine there. You may thought that it is a circle on y-axis, the same as A. However, it's not because you have 4 theta. Circle is only when your theta is equals to theta, a single constant. However, now you have 4, okay, so it will become a Ross curve. Okay, so I will show you how to do the Ross curve. E is cos and then theta, so it is 2r equals to cos theta. So cos and then you have only theta, so it is again a circle on x-axis. Okay, because its cos is x and it's positive. Okay, let's see the Ross curve. So for Ross curve, you have to always see the n first. This is what we call n because it's in terms of r equals to a sine n theta. So or r equals to a cos n theta. Okay, so this is a general equation of Ross curve. So the n will be two cases. The one is odd, the other one is even. Okay, ni semua you dah belajar dalam video kan? Okay, so if it's odd, how about the petals? How many petals do you have in odd numbers of a Ross curve function? Nobody wants to answer me. Okay. If it's odd, the petals will be equals to n. If even, the petals will be equals to 2n. Okay, now 4 is odd or even? Obviously, it's even, right? So in this question, we will have number of petals equals to 2n, which is 2 times 4, which is 8. Then we will have 8 petals. So how do we want to sketch these 8 petals? Okay, so actually setiap petals so dia ada angle dia sendiri. You couldn't just draw every petals kat atas ni salah, ataupun semua kat bawah ni salah, ataupun you bahagi sama rata dua pun tidak semestinya. Okay, sebab dia kena ikut angle yang sebenar. Okay. Okay, so how do you find the angle for each petals? First, you let r equals to the length. Okay. Mana length dia? Length dia adalah A ni. A ni adalah the length of each petals. Okay, now let r equals to 9, then we have 9 equals to 9 sine 4 theta. So 9 bagi 9 sama dengan 1 lah kan. So we'll have sine 4 theta equals to 1. Then 4 theta equals to arc sine 1. Then you use your calculator to calculate for arc sine 1. Then you will get pi over 2. Okay. You get pi over 2. Then the difference for each petals, again it goes for the odd and even. Okay. So kalau odd, angle dia awak kena tambah 2 pi. Kalau even, setiap angle dia awak kena tambah pi saja. So sekarang ni dia odd ke even? Dia even kan? So setiap ni kena tambah pi. Tambah sampai berapa banyak? Sampailah dapat 8 petals tadi. Okay. Then saya tambah dulu kan. Okay, so you berhenti sampai sini because you already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Then the theta is equals to, okay, every angles you divided by 4. Bahagilah dengan 4 tadi tu. Sebab kita nak theta saja. So we'll have 8 over pi over 8, 3 pi over 8. Okay, so inilah dia angle bagi setiap petals yang awak kena lukis. Okay, if you don't know in pi, so you tukarlah dalam degree. So this is actually 22.5 degree. .5 degree and so on So you akan dapat 22, sini kan 45. Sini 45 darjah tapi yang ini separuh lagi daripada 45. So this is 22.5 degree. So sini awak lukis petals pertama awak. Petals kedua adalah 67.5. So 67.5 tu kat sini. So di sini lah awak lukis petals kedua awak. Dan seterusnya lah. Okay. Awak lukis dah cantik-cantik Okay, so maksudnya tadi dah 67.5. So ini adalah 5 pi per 8. This is where 7 pi over 8. This is actually where the 9 pi over 8. This is the 11 pi over 8. 13 pi over 8. And lastly, this is the 15 pi over 8. Okay, so you dapatlah lukis untuk 8 petals sebegini. Faham This is question number 3. Okay, it's not magic, it's mathematics. Contoh lain kita akan tunjuk bila ada lagi soalan Seharusnya ada lagi soalan ni. This is the even. Okay, I will show you the odd lepas ni. Okay. Let's look into question number 4 first. Plot the points in polar coordinate. Okay, so ni plot sahaja. Sama macam soalan nombor 1 tadi. Kalau plot, you have to look into the angle first, then the R. Okay. Where is your pi over 4? Okay, so tengah-tengah sini kan, pi over 4. So you plot lah sini, katalah sini tu R tu ada sama dengan 3. Okay, tak payah tunjuk pun sebenarnya. Yang penting pi over 4 ni. So ini point awak 3, pi per 4. Lukis je macam tu. Okay. The B is 3 negative 5 pi over 6. Okay, so bila angle tu negatif, maksudnya dia adalah clockwise direction. It is will be in the clockwise direction. So where is your negative 5 pi over 6? So kata somewhere here, negative 5 pi over 6. So you tulis saja 3, katalah sini, inilah dia R equals to 3, tapi you tak payah nak tunjuk R tu. You tulis terus, okay, just write down the 3 negative 5 pi over 6, okay. Okay, C. Negative 4, negative pi over 3. First, we look into the angle. Now, both R and theta is negative kan? Tapi kita tengok angle dahulu. Okay. Negative pi over 3 is actually, katalah somewhere here. Okay. Sebab ni mestilah negatif tu mestilah clockwise direction, tapi dia pusing ke bawah Okay. Tapi ini bukan titik dia. Katalah yang ini R equals to 4. R equals to 4. This one is actually 4 negative pi over 3. However, the question asks us to find, to plot the negative 4. This is 4 only, not negative 4. So, negative 4 is actually exactly the opposite point. So, this is negative 4, negative pi over 3. So, soalan bukan nak jawapan ini, tapi dia nak this one. Faham The R negative means it is exactly opposite from the same angle. Okay. And then D, 60. So angle dia adalah kosong. So sinilah kosong dan katalah sini 6. So this is what we call 60. Okay. Okay, question number 5. Find the rectangular coordinates of the point whose polar coordinates are in question 4. Okay, maksudnya tadi question daripada nombor 4 tu dia dah bagi polar kan, kita tukar kepada rectangular. Yang ni tak ada masalah lah ni Maksudnya dari R theta kita tukar kepada XY, then use the formula X equals to R cos theta, Y equals to R sin theta and so on Okay. Question number 6. Find the polar coordinates of the points whose rectangular. So ini vice versa from number 5. Actually, we have seen this type of question pada nombor 1, 2 tadi kan. Which is XY. Now we want to change into R theta. And please remember, the theta. Macam saya kata tadi, theta tu bila awak tekan kalkulator, tidak semestinya itulah theta awak. Itu adalah alpha sahaja. Maksudnya kalau soalan tu, kalkulator tu bagi pada kuadran pertama, you have to sketch back your point. Okay, mungkin point awak bukan pada kuadran pertama. Okay, sebab kalkulator ni dia bagi kadang-kadang yang teringkas punya. Okay, angle yang teringkas. For example, let's see 6B. 6B. Okay, so R equals to negative 3 squared plus 3 squared square root. Okay, 18 square root ataupun dapatlah 3 punca kuasa 2 tu. Macam mana boleh dapat 3 punca kuasa 2? Sebab dia adalah 9 darab 2 kan. So 9 bila bawa keluar punca kuasa 9 darab punca kuasa 2. Punca kuasa 9 tu adalah 3. Dapatlah punca kuasa 2. So actually you tulis sini pun tak apa. This is how I show you how the question get the answer. And then theta is arctangent y over x. Y is 3, x is negative 3. Then negative 1. Then when you use calculator, you akan dapat negative pi over 4. Okay, negative pi over 4. Now, as I said, this is your theta kan. Negative pi over 4 tu kan mana? Pi over 2 separuh kat sini kan. This one is negative pi over 4. your point, negative 3, katalah negative 3, and then 3 here, your point is actually on the second quadrant. Okay, however, the calculator gives you a angle in the fourth quadrant. So how do you find this angle? So theta is equals to, you ada sepatutnya pi kan? Pi minus pi over 4 lah. So this is pi over 4. Then you'll get 3 pi over. Okay, so your theta is actually 3 pi over 4. Then you'll have 3 square root 2, 3 pi over, not the negative pi over 4. Remember, because if you put negative pi over 4, it is actually wrong answer lah sebab negative pi over 4 tu point dia kat sini. Kecuali kalau awak negatifkan balik point tu, baru dapat. Okay, so that will be the 6B, and then 6C pun sama lah. So for theta, sketch back the point. Always sketch back the point to get the correct angle. Okay, the correct quadrant. Okay, question number 7. Express the given equations in rectangular coordinates. Okay, sekali lagi rectangular coordinates is x and y. So kita guna x equals to r cos theta, y equals to r sin theta, and r squared equals to x squared plus y squared. Just use these three three formula to change your equation from polar to rectangular or rectangular to polar. Okay, so actually there are no rules on using which. It is up to you. Okay, as long as you when the question wants you to get a polar equation, means your equation must be in terms of r and theta only. There are no more x and y. Okay, selagi ada x, selagi ada y, you tukar. Sehingga awak punya jawapan akhir tu adalah r and theta saja. Begitu juga kalau rectangular. Okay, then your final answer must be in x and y. Question number 7 is in rectangular coordinates. So our last answer must be in x and y. So untuk A, B dan C tu saya rasa tak ada masalah because it's direct from this formula. Let's see D. D pun tak ada masalah actually. Okay, you have R equals to 2 sin theta minus 5 cos theta. So actually you can do anything that you possibly can do. Okay, cuma dia panjang atau cara jalan awak tu ringkas ataupun panjang sajalah. Okay, so saya bawa ke atas, dia akan jadi 2 R darab 2 sin theta tolak 5 cos theta equals to 2. And then you darab masuk, you akan ada 2 R sin theta tolak 5 R cos theta equals to 2. Then your R sin theta and your R cos theta can be changed into x and y kan. So 2y tolak 5x sama dengan 2. Okay, if you see from this answer, this can be your last answer because there are no more R, no more theta. So you boleh ambil ini sebagai jawapan akhir awak. Okay. Sama juga untuk E. R equals to 6 cosec theta. So cosecant, what is cosecant? Okay, so you ada cosecant, you ada secant, and then you ada cotangent, COT, cotangent theta. So cotangent is 1 over tangent, secant is 1 over cos, and then cosecant is 1 over sin. Okay, so here you have 1 over sin theta. Okay, so sin ni pindah sebelah, dapatlah R sin theta sama dengan 6. So R sin theta will be Y equals to 6. Okay, this can be your answer because there are no more R, no more theta. Okay, so the F, R equals to 3 cos theta plus sin theta. Okay, so you can do possibly do 2 ways here. Either you times you multiply each side, okay, left hand side and right hand side with R, and then you dah akan you ganti, ataupun you ambil daripada persamaan ini. Okay, the first one kita ada cos and sin kan, so here cos theta will be x over R, and then here the sin theta will be equals to y over R, and then we substitute here. The cos is x over R, the sin is y over R. R here still ada lah. So R equals to 3x plus y over R. So you bring your R to the left hand side, you ada R kuasa 2 sama dengan 3x tambah y. There's still R there kan? Okay, so this is not your final answer yet. You change the R into x squared plus y squared. Okay, so you can have this as your final answer. Unless the question asks you to do the completing the square. Okay, then you have to do completing the square sampai bentuk tercantik lah, termudah. Okay, kalau tak sampai sini pun boleh, because it is already in terms of x and y only. There are no r, no theta. Okay. For sketching, you don't need to use the protector, okay, because it's sketching. No need to be accurate, but it has to be logic. Okay. Logic tu apa? Logic tu katalah dia kata 30 darjah, jangan letak 30 darjah kat sini sebab 30 darjah obviously bukan kat sini kan. Sini adalah 90 darjah. So awak nak letak 30 darjah macam ni ke, 30 darjah macam ni ke? Pun tak apa, tak kisah. Okay. This is can be your 30 degrees, this can be your 30 degree, but it must be logic. Question number 8. Express the given equations in polar coordinate. Okay, so it is a vice versa from question number 7 lah, exactly the opposite. So katalah saya nak buat 8A tu senang je, tukar je. Y is r sin theta, so r sin theta equals to 4. The egg B is r squared equals to 8, so r equals to square root 8. Okay, and then the C, ni pun sama jugalah ni Let's see, kita tunjuk C. So this one dah jadi R kuasa 2 kan. And then the X can become R cos theta equals to 0. So actually the R you boleh permudahkan lagi. So R equals to R minus 4 cos theta equals to 0. So the other one is R equals to 0. It doesn't mean anything lah. R equals to 0 is only a point. Okay. The other one is R equals to 4 cos theta. Okay, again sketching. Saya akan tunjuk the polar curve odd for in question number 9 Okay, 9A and 9B is a straight line. How do you know it's a straight line? Because the theta is equals to one value. However, there are no r kan, means the r is arbitrary. Let's say A, theta equals to pi over 6. Okay, so katalah pi over 6 awak tengok sini. Theta saja yang pi over 6, how about r? R tak ada kan, so again, if you don't have the variables, okay, in your function, the variable will be arbitrary. Means r kosong boleh, r1 boleh, r2 boleh, r3 boleh, so all the points are different number of r. And then r negative pun boleh, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, so what you have is a straight line. The same goes with 9B. Okay, you only have the angle, so the r will be along that angle. And then C, r equals to 2 is a circle with radius 2. It goes with the same with 9D. 9E, okay, it's a circle also because sin tu dia perkali untuk sin tu, dia punya theta is only 1 kan, so it's a circle on the y-axis, sin. F is either quadrate or lemmakon, but since 2 divided by 2 is equals to 1, so it is quadrate. G also quadrate, and then hash is a Ross curve. Why? Because your cos 2 theta, it has 2 there. Okay, kalau you dapat r equals to cos theta dengan r equals to cos 2 theta is different though. This is a circle on the x-axis, positive. This is a Ross curve. dia become rose curve sebab dia dah ada 2 kat sini. So n even. Bila rose curve you kena tengok n pula. N even means petals 2, petals sama dengan 4, means setiap tu kena tahu lah. So kalau you lukis dia akan jadi, sorry, kalau lukis dia akan jadi like this one. Okay. Okay, and then the r equals to sin 4 theta pun sama. So, kalau 4 theta maksud dia ada petals 4 darab 2, 8. Okay, kalau J pun sama rose curve tapi petals dia 3 saja. K rose curve petals 5. L is 5 con sebab 1 bagi 2. Kan? Okay. Okay. Saya kata tadi nak tunjuk lagi satu rose curve tapi odd. So kita kita tengok K. R equals to 4 cos 5 theta. So 5 is odd. So odd petals dia akan ada N juga, which is 5. Okay. But then the difference in each angle must be times, plus 2 pi. Okay. So mana tadi atas tu? Okay. So odd dia mestilah plus 2 pi. So awak ambil yang ini. This one yang saya segi 4 ni. Kita akan tengok difference dia. Okay, so first of all, you let your r equals to length, which is 4. So 4 equals to 4 cos 5 theta means cos 5 theta equals to 1 or 5 theta equals to arc cos 1. So tekan calculator, arc cos 1 ni dapatlah kosong. Okay, so actually the first thing tu dia sama sahaja. In which if you have cos, your starting must be on the angle 0. Okay, if you have sin, the starting must be on the angle pi over 2. Ini sebelum dibahagikan sebab it must depends on the nilai n pula kan. Nilai n tu berapa. Okay. Okay, and then every angle tadi dia kena tambah 2 pi. So tambahlah 2 pi, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, 8 saja. Kenapa 8? Sebab kita ada 5 petals. So we have to find 5 angles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, stop. And then your theta, you divided every angles by 5 kan? Sebab n sekarang sama dengan 5. So 0, 2 pi over 5. Okay, so itulah sebenarnya angle awak untuk setiap petals. Sekarang, kalau awak tak tahu nak ni, awak darab dengan 180. Maksudnya awak cari angle tu dalam degree. So ini 0, 0 lah. Ini 72 degree. Okay. So the first one is 0 here. Okay, theta equals to 0. The second one is 72. Yang ini adalah 90 degree kan. So 72, let's say here, 72 degree. So you buatlah satu petals berada dalam 72 tu. Faham And then 144, yang ini is 180 degree. 144 tu lebih lagi dari separuh kan, katalah kat sini. Okay, 144 degrees. Okay, so you buat lagi satu kat situ. Then 200 or 126. You buat sajalah. Mana yang nak buat. Katalah sini 166. You buat lagi. And then 288. This is 270. So obviously dia ada somewhere here lah. So this is 288 degree. So you have there your rose curve of petals 5. Because each petals has its own angle, okay? So that's why you have to find macam ni lah, jangan main lukis saja 5. Faham eh?
Faham.
Now let's look into question number 10 and 11. Question number 10 is a proving, so there are no answer lah. As long as you can prove the function, the f theta is equals to f negative theta, whatsoever the question wants you to prove, then it's already become your answer lah. Okay. So for example, question number 10 asks us to prove that the function are symmetric about y-axis. Okay, so if it's symmetrical about y-axis, you don't have to orang kata remember the formula. Okay, as long as you can understand kenapa formula itu terjadi seperti itu. Let's say you have your function curve here. Okay, katalah curve awak sini kan. This is your theta. Ini adalah y-axis. Y-axis. So kalau simetrik pada y-axis, dia akan ada lagi satu curve kat sini, sama kan macam kita tengok cermin. Okay. If this is theta, then the angle here will be pi minus theta. Betul? Sebab 1 pi semua tu 190 darjah, tolak theta tu dapatlah the symmetric. Therefore, if you want to prove the one curve is symmetric about y-axis, you have to prove that your f theta equals to your f pi minus theta. Faham eh? Kalau f theta sama dengan f pi minus theta, then your curve is symmetric about y-axis. Now the question asks us to prove 9e. 9e is r equals to 4 sin theta. So this is our f theta. Then our f pi minus theta is, okay, change the theta equals to pi minus theta. Semualah. And then bila awak dah buat macam ni, okay, this is argument tau. Argument ni, dia tidak jadi sin pi tolak sin theta. Salah dia bukan jadi macam tu. Dia bukan darab masuk, tak. Sebab ini argument. Argument kita tak buat macam tu kecuali dia adalah variable. Variable ya, kita buat darab masuk. Okay. So yang ini kita nak buka, kita kena guna identity. Metric identity. Okay, the sign, dia ada sign tambah tolak. Sign A tambah tolak B. Okay, you kena cari apa dia punya ni. Dalam modul tu ada. Okay, ataupun you boleh Google So it will become 4 sin, sini. Sin pi cos theta minus sin theta cos pi. Okay, kalau you buka guna identity, dia akan dapat macam ni And then the theta is variable. Variable kita tak boleh lah nak letak satu nilai, tapi pi tu adalah value. The pi is value. So if you use your calculator, you will get that this sin pi is equals to 0, this cos pi is equals to -1. Okay, then you have 4 times 0 minus lagi, so dia akan dapat sin theta, which is the same as your f theta tadi kan kat atas ni. Okay, so you have proved that symmetric about y-axis. Kita guna form identity saja untuk proving ni. Sama juga untuk 9G. 9G adalah r equals to 3 plus 3 sin theta. Okay, so this is our f theta. So our f pi minus theta will be 3 plus 3 sin pi minus theta. So again, use identity jangan buka kurungan. Jangan darab buka kurungan tu. So it will be sin pi cos theta minus sin theta cos pi. So again, this sin pi is equals to 0, this cos pi is equals to -1. So saya akan dapat kosong, tolak, sini negatif, negatif lagi, so akan dapat positif lah. sin theta, which is sama juga dengan f theta tadi. Okay, so 9E and 9G is symmetric about y-axis. Okay, last question. Question number 11 asks us to prove that it is symmetric about x-axis. Now, katalah sama juga tadi kita ada kat sini, kita punya curve. Ini theta tadi kan. Yang ini kan, paksi x ni adalah di sini. Kalau dia symmetric pada paksi x, okay, pantulan macam cermin tu will be kat bawah ni kan. Okay, it will be in here, the symmetrical. So if this one is theta, so the angle here to here will be negative theta. So to prove that your curve is symmetric about x-axis, you have to prove that your f theta is equals to f negative theta. Okay, sama macam tadi, kalau y is pi minus theta, this one is negative theta. Okay. So 9j r equals to 2 cos 3 theta. So your f theta is equals to this one. Then my f minus theta will be negative 3 theta. Okay. In which it is actually cos 3 theta again. So it is f theta. Kenapa macam ni? Sebab cos theta sama juga dengan cos negatif theta. Okay. Formula dia. Tapi kalau sin tak? Sin negatif theta dia akan sama dengan negatif sin theta. Okay. So itu formula dia. So sebab itu kebiasaannya memang selalunya lah kalau simetrik pada x-axis ni adalah cos. Simetrik pada x-axis adalah cos. Okay. Sebab dia cos theta sama juga dengan cos negatif theta tu. And then 9k is r equals to 4 cos 5 theta. Okay, so buatlah dua-dua kita punya summary. It is symmetric about x-axis. Okay, so we have discussed on exercise 1.5. I hope everyone can understand the polar coordinates, okay, and can do all the questions, especially the one that I asked you to try by yourself, okay. Yang selain daripada saya tunjuk ni, awak kena try sendiri dan kena tahu buat dapat macam mana. Okay, so basically, do you have any questions for polar coordinates in general? Okay, so I assume you understand. Make sure you understand the what negative angle mean, what negative r mean, okay? So if you can understand the negative angle, negative r, and then the sketch, all the sketching, then I think you have no problem for these polar coordinates. So for our next class,